become flowers and give everyone happiness. Flowers make people happy, usually. Children who are flowers only allow what?
Sweet words to emerge from their lips.
Jewels to emerge from their mouths. Question. What are the teachings of God for the children who are to become flowers so that they remain constantly fragrant? So one is, do you want to become a flower? And if so, then you should want to be a constantly fragrant flower. So what is Baba's instructions for that? Oh, my flower children. See, we are flower children. Who are to be, he says, oh, my flower children, examine yourself to check.
There are no thorns.
You don't have any devilish thorns in the form of defects within you. If you have any thorns within you, that means the potential to cause sorrow, to give sorrow to others, then just as you dislike the defects of others, similarly, you should dislike
the ones that are inside of you.
the devilish defects each one of you has within yourself. And then the thorns will be removed. So you have to dislike it. Remember I tell you, you need to hate all these vices before you'll be able to get rid of them. Because hating them, I use a strong word because I don't think hate to me means the absolute most possible extreme dislike you're capable of, right? And that's what I had to do. Not I hated anybody, I hated those vices. I didn't even hate myself. I wanted to be free. I wanted my freedom back. So if you dislike the devilish defects each of you has within yourself, the thorns will be removed. So continue to examine yourself. Check that you do not perform any sins through your thoughts, words, or deeds for which you would have to experience punishment. And that includes, of course, in thoughts. That means waste thoughts, because those are sins. Om Shanti. The spiritual father sits here and explains to you spiritual children, because this is the kingdom of Ravan, all human beings are at present body conscious. This is why they're called thorns of the jungle. Who is explaining this? The unlimited father who is now changing thorns into flowers. So who's telling you how that you must change your thorns into and become flowers? The one who has no thorns. The unlimited father now is changing thorns into flowers. In some cases, Maya is such that while some are becoming flowers, she very quickly changes them into thorns. This is called jungle of thorns. There are many human beings in it who are like animals. They are human beings, but they still continue to fight and quarrel amongst themselves just like animals. There is quarreling in every home. Everyone is in this ocean of poison. This whole world is a huge ocean of poison in which human beings are floundering. They're drowning in poison. This is called an impure, corrupt world. You're now changing from thorns into flowers. The Father is also called the Master of the Garden. The Father sits here and explains that in the Gita, there is knowledge, and that in the Bhagavad, there is activity of human beings. Look what they have written. Those things would not be said in the Golden Age. The Golden Age is a garden of flowers. You are now becoming flowers. After becoming flowers, some then also become thorns again. What happens? People leave. I'd rather be a thorn than a flower. Today, you may be moving along very well, but there then could be a storm of Maya. Look at what Maya makes your condition become while you were just sitting somewhere, minding your own business, not even thinking about Maya. And all of a sudden she attacks. The Father says, I am making you into the masters of the world. Okay? So that was one of the driving factors that made me make effort. I was so tired of Maya coming and ruining my stage. I said, this has got to stop. I need to become stable. So I just kept working at it and spotting every weakness, weak thought, weak thing I could find and come up with a solution, a cure to destroy it. And then you just get peace. When you finally get that, you get peace. That's like the first best thing you can have when you get rid of vices. Your mind becomes still, quiet, peaceful. Father says, I am making you into the masters of the world. He says to the people of Bharat, you were the masters of the world. It is a matter of only yesterday. It was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. Just yesterday. There were palaces of gold studded. There was palaces of gold studded with diamonds and jewels. That was called the Garden of Allah. In heaven is called the Garden of Allah. It is a jungle here, and there will then be a garden there. Bara used to be heaven there, and there was nothing but flowers there. Only the Father creates the garden of flowers. So there aren't thick jungles in Golden Age. Well, it's becoming flowers. Some go into bad company and then they become spoiled, and company affects you. They put thoughts in your mind. They make you create doubt and fear, hopelessness. They say, Baba, I want to get married. They see the splendor of Maya. Here, there's absolute silence. This whole world is a jungle. This jungle will definitely be set ablaze. Therefore, those who are living in this jungle will also be
Destroyed in it.
destroyed if the jungle is going to be set ablaze. That same fire, which took place 5,000 years ago, will take place again. It is called, in Indian culture, it's called
Great Mahabharat War.
the Mahabharat War. There is first, we call it Armageddon. There is first the war of atomic bombs that were created by the Yadavas, the scientists. This is also remembered. They have invented missiles through science. There are many stories in the scriptures. Father explains to you children that no one can make missiles, etc., emerge from the stomach. So they've built and armed themselves with crazy amounts of nuclear bombs. And now, because they feel, wow, we have nuclear bombs now, so nobody can destroy us, we can destroy them too. So now they're perfecting drones, unmanned bombs, and relatively inexpensive ones, so that they can attack and kill people without losing any of their own people. Look how so much of the cities were destroyed just by having bombs dropped on them, and how so many were killed. He's obviously referring to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? Shiv Baba explains to you, because after all, the Father is still merciful. The Father has to benefit everyone. Where else would everyone go but to the Father for benefit? They will see that there is going to be a fire, and so they will come to the Father to seek refuge. But what can we do at the end when hundreds are coming? The Father is the bestower of salvation for all. He is beyond rebirth. People have said that he's beyond rebirth, but they have said he is.
The pebbles and stones.
Huh?
Is it cats and dogs?
So
He's omnipresent.
he's omnipresent. You are now confluence aged. You have all of this knowledge in your intellects. You also have to fulfill your responsibility to all your friends and relatives, etc. They have devilish traits, whereas you have divine virtues. It is your duty to teach all of this to others. Continue to give this mantra. You explained to so many at the exhibitions, yeah? You people of Bharat have now completed 84 births. The Father has now come to change you from humans into deities. That is, to make you human beings who are residents of hell into residents of heaven. Deities reside in heaven. You now dislike devilish traits. So look at yourself and check that you have become one with divine virtues, without devilish traits. Do I have any defects left in me? Have I performed any such devilish actions through my thoughts, words, or deeds? Do I do the business of changing thorns into flowers or not? Baba is the master of the garden, and you Brahma Kumars and Kumaris are gardeners. There are different types of gardeners. Some are such Buddha gardeners that they are unable to make others similar to themselves. The master of the garden does not go to the exhibitions. Buddha in this context would mean foolish gardeners or useless or careless gardeners. Master of the garden does not go to the exhibitions to give knowledge, meaning God. God is the capital M master of the garden of flowers. It is the gardeners who go there. This gardener is also, meaning Brahma Baba, this gardener is also with Shiv Baba, and he also therefore cannot go there either, because Shiv Baba can't go there, so how can Brahma go there? So you gardeners have to go there to do service. Only very good gardeners are invited for service. Even Baba says, don't invite those who are
Buddhas?
Buddhas, because we don't want Buddha gardeners. Baba doesn't mention any names. You know who you are. Baba's not mentioning names to protect the guilty, to protect the Buddhis. There are even third-class gardeners. It's probably slightly better than Buddha gardeners. The master of the garden loves the gardeners who create very good flowers. He's also pleased with them. They constantly allow jewels alone to emerge from their mouths. What would Baba say if instead of jewels, they let stones emerge from their mouths? So you have to think, if Baba heard me speak these words, what would God think of me? Oh, he'll love me, he'll love me. Yeah, he may love you, but he'll think, oh, you're a Buddha, or you're lazy, or you're careless, right? People offer uk flowers to Shiva. So such ones would offer themselves then, would they not? Well, he's using uk flowers as also a metaphor. The uk flowers are kind of dirty, bad smelling flowers. Bad smelling means the smell of body consciousness. People offer uk flowers to Shiva. So which ones would offer themselves? So such ones would offer themselves, would they not? So in the worship of Shiva in the path of Hindu devotion, they offer uk flowers, bad smelling flowers. Look what their behavior is like. Even thorns offer themselves, and after that, they then go back to the jungle. Instead of becoming Sattva-pradhan, totally pure, they become even more Tamo-pradhan, totally impure. What would their state be then? The father says, firstly, I am altruistic, and secondly, I uplift those who defame me. I have mercy, and I uplift the people of Bharat who defame me a great deal. The father says, I come at this time to establish heaven. When you tell some to come to heaven, they reply that they're already sitting in heaven here. Oh, but heaven exists in the golden age. How can heaven exist in the iron age? This iron age is actually called
Hell.
hell. This is an old Tamo-pradhan world. People don't know where heaven exists. They believe that heaven is up above in the sky. In the Dewala temple, they have portrayed heaven on the ceiling above. In the alcoves, they've got all these deities in this Dewala temple. When you go to India, we always take you there to see that that's a memorial of the 108 deities who made very deep effort at this time. So they have portrayed heaven in the alcove above them on the roof that is on top of those alcoves of those deities. They have shown heaven on the ceiling, scenes of heaven. Above that, and they are sitting in tapasya down below. This is why people say that so-and-so has gone up to heaven. Where is heaven? Oh, where'd he go? Up to heaven. He's gone up above. He's gone to heaven, and they always look upwards. They say that everyone who dies has become a resident of heaven. This is an ocean of poison. Yeah, because actually we do go up to go back home so that we can come back down and go to heaven. So it's like one trip, but they therefore think that heaven is just upwards and that God is upwards. But of course we know that cannot be true because then the Chinese would always never know God. This is an ocean of poison. The land of Vishnu was called an ocean of milk. They then created a big pool of milk and placed Vishnu in that to be worshipped. Your children are now making preparations to go to heaven, where there'll be rivers of milk. You children must now continue to become flowers. Don't behave in such a way that someone that says that you are thorns. Constantly continue to make effort to become flowers. It is Maya who makes you into thorns. Therefore, be very cautious. The father says, whilst living at home with your families, become as pure as a lotus. Baba, the master of the garden, has come to change you, thorns, into flowers. Check whether you have become a flower. So how can people not like Raja Yoga? He's come to make you nicer, more virtuous, better, more user-friendly. Oh, but it's too much effort, and then you end up inventing reasons why it's inconvenient for you. It's only the flowers who are invited everywhere to do service. Baba, send us some rose flowers for service, good teachers. Those who are flowers are easily visible. The father says, I come to teach you Raj Yoga. This is the story of becoming the true Narayan, the true perfect man, not of becoming true prajas, subjects. Some become kings, some become queens. So it is understood then that subjects will also be created. You now understand the kings and queens and the subjects are all being created number-wise now. What would poor people who are unable to save even 2 to 5 rupees give? They are rewarded as much as someone who gives 1,000 rupees. Bharat is the poorest of all. None of the people of Bharat remember that they were residents of heaven. They sing the praise of the deities. Yeah, the Hindus don't know that they were residents of heaven. They sing the praise of the deities, but they don't understand it. A frog croaks, whereas a nightingale sings so sweetly and beautifully, but there's no meaning to it. It's just a nice, sweet song, but there's no meaning to anything that nightingale is singing. Nowadays, there are so many people who recite the Gita. There are now even women who do that. Usually, typically, it's men. They don't understand anything about which religion was established through the Gita. If someone shows a little occult power, people then believe that that one is
God.
God. They remember the purifier. Therefore, that means that they are impure. Father says to indulge in vice is the number one sin. The whole world is impure. Everyone calls out, "O purifier, come." Now, does he have to come, or are you going to become pure by bathing in the Ganges? The Father has to make so much effort to change you from humans into deities. The Father says, remember me and you will change from thorns into flowers. Never allow stones to emerge from your mouths. Become
Flowers.
flowers. That's all you have to remember today. You have to be a flower today. I'm Bubba's Flower Chat. This is a study. Was moving along, some also experienced bad omens, and so they
fall.
They fail. From being hopeful, they become hopeless, and then they say, I want to go to Baba. But impure ones cannot come and enter this court of Indra. Those who aren't following purity can't just come to Baba like that. This is the court of Indra. Any Brahmin teachers who bring such ones here who aren't following purity has a huge responsibility. Huge debt is incurred. They indulge in vice, then the Brahmin teacher also accumulates a burden. This is why you must be cautious when you bring anyone here. As you make further progress, you will see sages and holy men, etc., all waiting in a queue. There are names such as Bhishampitama, etc. You children should have very broad and unlimited intellects. You children should have very broad and unlimited intellects. You can tell anyone that Bharat was a garden of flowers and that deities used to live there. They have now become thorns. You have the five vices in you. The kingdom of Ravan means a jungle. The Father comes and changes thorns into flowers. Just think about this. If I don't become a rose now, I will become an uck flower for
Cycle after cycle.
birth after birth. At least you'll be a flower. You'll just be an ugly flower. Each one of you has to benefit yourself by not being an uck flower. You are not doing Shiv Baba any big favor. Just in case. You have to do yourself a favor. You now have to follow Srimat. When someone goes to a garden, he would only look at fragrant flowers. He would not look at uck flowers. They have flower shows, and this too is a flower show. A huge prize is received. Become very good, first-class flowers. Your behavior has to be very sweet. Become very humble with an angry person. I want to become pure by following Srimad and become a master of the pure world of heaven. There are many tactics. Women have many wiles. You have to make effort with cleverness in order to remain pure. So he means you have to be wily in order to not indulge in vice when your partner still wants to indulge in vice. You have to have clever methods. I think they have classes on that for some of the mothers and wives. In order to become a master of the world, what does it matter if you have to tolerate a little? You can do everything for yourself. Those people fight for the governments, whereas you are doing everything for yourself. You do have to make some effort. By forgetting the Father, you fall, and you then feel ashamed. How could you then become deities when you feel ashamed? Acha. To your sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning. From the Mother, Father, Bhattara, the spiritual father says namaste to you spiritual children, and
Spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father.
essence are done. Number one, in order to be saved from the bad omens of Maya, only allow
Jewels to emerge from your lips.
Jewels of this knowledge to emerge from your mouth. Be very careful about
Company you keep.
the company you keep. Number 2. Body conscious people, even all your relatives and friends and whatever, they're not actually good company. Follow Srimat and become very, very humble. Never be defeated by
Lust.
Never be defeated by lust, the greatest enemy. Save yourself with tact. Whatever it takes, you have to find a way. Blessing. May you become worthy of being worshipped and remembered by using all your powers as your duty and not as miracles. Why? Because Baba's filling you with the power of purity. And if you indulge in lust, or you may not even want to, but if you agree to it, the sin you're creating and the loss of purity that's happening to you, that's why people indulge in lust. Purity is power. So when you take somebody's purity, you feel temporarily more powerful. Do not use powers you gain by having remembrance as miracles, for it is your duty to use those powers. So don't not use those powers. You have to use them. Those people perform miracles of occult powers, but you have Srimat. You have God's directions, instructions. You definitely develop powers by following Srimat. This is how your thoughts become practical. You can inspire someone to carry out a task with your thoughts. That too is a power. Influence people's minds. However, it is only when you do not mix manmat with Srimat that you can become worthy of being worshipped and remembered. Slogan. Instead of being disheartened by any type of upheaval, become one with. So don't become disheartened due to any circumstance, obstacle, problem. Instead, become one with
A big heart.
a big heart, humility, sweetness. Those who are easy-natured are full of the virtue of sweetness. Yeah, so why do we lose our sweetness? Violence, force. Easiness means no violence, no force, easygoing, no strong desires either. Are full of virtue and sweetness, and they remain constantly cheerful. Those who are cheerful attract everyone to themselves. To be cheerful means to swing in the swing of
Supersensuous joy.
supersensuous joy. While churning this knowledge, experience the avyakt stage and swing in supersensuous joy. This is known as being cheerful. Those who remain cheerful in this way attract everyone. Let people see you swinging in the supersensuous joy. That will do so much service. Om Shanti.